May 7, 1945. 3rd Army Headquarters, Regensburg, Germany. The war in Europe is dying. Adolf Hitler is dead. The German government has collapsed. Total surrender is only hours away. Inside 3rd Army Headquarters, officers study maps that no longer matter. The enemy is finished. The fighting should be over. Then the doors burst open. A young captain from the 11th Armored Division rushes into the operations room, breathing hard. "Sir, we have a situation." General Hobart Gay, Patton's chief of staff, looks up slowly. "What kind of situation, Captain?" "A German battalion has approached our lines," the captain says. "About 800 men, fully armed. They want to surrender." Gay barely reacts, then accept their surrender. The captain hesitates. "Sir, they're refusing to surrender to us." The room goes quiet. "Refusing?" Gay repeats. "Explain." "They say they'll only surrender to General Patton, personally. They refuse to lay down their weapons for anyone else." Gay stares at him. "A German battalion is demanding to meet our commanding general before surrendering?" "Yes, sir." "And sir, they're not the first." The captain swallows. "This morning, a company did the same thing. This afternoon, a full regiment. Now a battalion. All of them say the same words. We surrender only to Patton." Gay stands up. "There's more," the captain adds. "Some of these units walked past American positions, past British positions. Soldiers tried to take their surrender, and they refused. They kept asking one question. 'Where is Patton?' Gay picks up the phone. 'Get me General Patton, now.' When Patton answers, Gay explains everything. The strange demands, the refusals, the growing pattern. There is silence on the line. Then Patton speaks. 'Well, I'll be damned. Even the Germans have standards.' This is the story of the final days of World War II in Europe, when defeated German soldiers made a choice that defied military logic. They didn't just surrender. They chose who to surrender to. To understand why German soldiers demanded Patton by name, you have to understand what he represented. By May 1945, George S. Patton was more than an American general. He was a legend. German intelligence tracked him obsessively. Thick files followed his movements from North Africa to Sicily to France. One German intelligence report from 1944 read, "General Patton, most dangerous American commander, aggressive, unpredictable, capable of advances thought impossible. Recommendation: avoid engagement if possible." German soldiers had a nickname for him, Der Blutige Patton, Bloody Patton, not because he mistreated prisoners, but because he destroyed German armies in battle. Yet there was something else German soldiers noticed, something they respected. Patton fought like a Prussian. He led from the front. He demanded discipline. He valued honor. He treated captured officers with professional courtesy. Many German career officers understood him better than some American officers did. "He is a warrior," one captured German colonel said. "A throwback. He fights the way Clausewitz imagined, aggressively, decisively, with personal courage." So when Germany collapsed, German soldiers faced a final decision. Not whether to surrender, but to whom. They believed Patton would treat them as soldiers, not criminals. That belief changed everything. May 5, 1945. Near Linz, Austria. A German company 150 men approaches American lines carrying a white flag. Their rifles are slung, not aimed. An American sergeant shouts, "Halt! Drop your weapons." The German officer raises his hands but does not drop his rifle. "We wish to surrender," he says calmly. To General Patton, "Where is he?" "You're surrendering to the United States Army," the sergeant snaps. "Drop your weapons now." "No," the German captain replies firmly. We surrendered to Patton. Only Patton. They had walked 15 kilometers, past British units, past other American units. They came specifically for Third Army. When Patton hears about it, he laughs. They want to surrender to me personally? Fine. Tell them I accept their surrender. The next day, May 6th, Bavaria. A full German regiment, 2,000 men, approaches Third Army lines. Organized, disciplined, not defeated. The German colonel speaks to an American major. We surrendered to General Patton. Is he here? He's 30 miles away. Then we will wait. The regiment sits down in a field. Weapons stacked neatly. They wait. Patton's response is immediate. Tell their colonel he fought honorably. He may keep his sidearm until processing. When the message is delivered, the German colonel stands, salutes toward Patton's direction, and orders his men to lay down their weapons. We have surrendered honorably. May 7, 1945. The battalion that started at all 800 German soldiers still refuses to surrender. This time, Patton handles it himself. He steps out of his jeep and walks toward the German commander. I'm General Patton. The German major snaps to attention and salutes. Patton returns the salute. American soldiers watch in disbelief. We wish to surrender honorably, the German major says. You fight with courage. We trust you. Patton studies him. You fought well, Patton says. The war is over. I accept your surrender. 800 rifles hit the ground at once. Then the flood begins. Battalions, regiments, entire divisions. Thousands of German soldiers walk days out of their way just to reach Third Army. The SS avoids Patton. War criminals know they will be exposed. Regular soldiers know the difference. I'm not fighting German soldiers, Patton tells his staff. I'm fighting the Nazi regime. On Victory Day, Patton presides over a formal surrender ceremony. We are soldiers, he tells the German officers. We understand honor. When Patton salutes them, shocked officers whisper, Sir, you saluted enemy prisoners. I saluted soldiers, Patton replies. There's a difference. Years later, historians notice something strange. An unusually high number of German forces surrendered to Third Army. Why? Because when everything was lost, dignity still mattered. Even the Germans have standards, Patton joked. But history remembered the truth. Even at the end of the most brutal war ever fought, warriors still recognized honor, even in their enemy.